Okay, so I'm back. As y'all can see, the motor is on the bike. Um, I probably already told y'all on Instagram, I smashed the shit out of my finger yesterday. It was more purple and swollen. And I was like, oh, I'll just go to sleep and it'll work itself out. That did not happen. My whole, like, that shit was numb as fuck the next day. I had banged in trying to put the swing arm bolt in the back of the bike. Not my smartest idea yet, but yeah. Thing is, I do have to take that top end back off. For the reason being, I noticed it before, but I didn't think much of it. But this bolt right here, that stud out of all of them, as you can see, is not seated. And I thought maybe that one is just, you know, sticks up higher, but nah, that is not the case because all three of the other ones are down. So that probably means that that stud is not all the way seated. So what I'm going to do is, since it's already on the bike, and I can still do it while it's on the bike, I'm going to take the head off while it's on the bike. I'm going to move all this out the way, leave everything else. I've already attached the wiring. I'm going to retape the loom up with my other electrical tape. And I'm going to take the head off and make sure it's seated to 20 foot-pounds. I was having a hard time with the specs on putting this motor down because yesterday I almost torqued, it wasn't these, but the studs to these are 9 foot-pounds. I almost torqued that shit to 20 foot-pounds because someone else said 20 foot-pounds, and I'm sitting there like, all right. By the time I got like to 7 foot-pounds, it started to be like real tight. I was like, there ain't no fucking way we go past this. This feels like overkill. But good thing, stopped at 7, found out it was supposed to be 9, so just went and did it correctly. Those are on. I'm not going to remove this to remove this. I'm going to remove this, take the RC valve cover back off, and then take these bolts out and then kind of pry it up while everything's off. Also, take these bolts out as well. Yeah, take this bolt out. You don't have to necessarily like move this plate, but definitely take it out. I didn't torque none of that down yet, or the motor mounts and stuff like that. I'm going to torque that down after I make sure that stud is all the way down. And then from there, I can finish putting the rest of the bike on, which will be fairly easy. Gas tank is easy. Air box is easy. Flap, all of that. I just need to re-bleed my brakes. And after I put the top back on, I will definitely put the intake and the carb and all of that stuff back on. That's what's just dangling. But before I put the car back together later on tonight, I'm going to clean it just because it's off the bike. I'm going to clean it just because. So yeah, we're going to get into that. Hopefully I'm done this bike by today. I don't want to rush too much. That's why I'm going to do this over, because I don't want to really like, you know, rush and then something happens tomorrow and it's going to be 80 degrees tomorrow. And I just want to make sure this shit is right. Not just for tomorrow, but for like the rest of summer for real. So I'm going to hurry up and do this real quick and move on to putting the rest of the bike back together, so that tomorrow I'm getting off early so that I can start my bike and then just make sure it's running right before I try to go ride it. I'm gonna load it in the back of the truck and drive, but I just want to make sure that it's right. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so yeah, I just backtracked on the video. Yes, and it's supposed to be facing upward. My shit was facing downward. So it is good that I took this back apart. I'm not really sure the significance on, you know, that ring not facing the right way, but I also don't want to find out the hard way either. So As the ring's back on, I am going to re-wipe down the piston in the inside like I do every time I take it apart. But now I'm going to I'm going to just move this gasket up just so I don't mess it up in the process. And move it out of the way. And then I'm going to put a towel there and then put my 2 bolts down to basically just torque down that thread to be with the rest of them to 20 foot-pounds is what it's supposed to be. So I'm going to get that and redo it. Okay, got this. Got a rag, preferably with on it. Lay across for now. I'm just going to make sure it's 20 foot-pounds as well as make sure they're even with the other one. I want to make sure I get this right. It's on there as tight as I can get it. And okay, yeah, it still had some room to go down, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the torque wrench on it and make sure it's at 20. Okay, so now the nut is no longer spinning, so just make sure, tighten it up. Oop, I loosened it, sorry. I had it right the first time. So just make sure you tighten the bolt up. Just make sure you're not just, spinning. All right, so this I lost the hose clamp to, but I had this from when I needed some hose clamps on my car, so that came in handy. I'm just gonna find the right size. I did clean off the hoses because I use the same ones or whatever, and I'm gonna just find the size and place that on there, and then go from there. So I did look up on the 294 page manual for the routing. Make sure you want to route that route your cables the correct way. So I'm on the phone, sorry. So here's like the online of routing it. So I'm gonna route the, right now I'm about to route the throttle cable.
She about to route the fuck out of that. Come on, man.
So yeah, through that, and then it goes underneath those.
Oh yeah, route my circuits with you.
Okay, I see how to route this. All right. Just so childish. Okay, so this will go through here, and then from there it will go, so it's crossing over like that. Let me just, actually, let me move my light cable out the way so it's not confusing. And then this is, what's this? Oh, this attaches to my, is this what? Yeah, this attaches to the, what's it called? The kill switch. So I'm gonna just put that off to the side. But yes, it's like a little X in the front. Let's see. Diagram goes through there. And let's see. Goes through this little spot here. Route it, and let's see. From there, it goes over and under through here, and then straight down on the other side. And then straight down into here. I think it's a little weird, but I mean, that's how they want it ran. So yeah. Okay, so to loosen that up down there, where the end of the cable, clutch cable goes, right here, I had the loosen this up and then twist this in to, you know, just add some length to it. And then I set it right back to where I had it at, just so I can get that in and properly functioning. So I'll probably, once I ride the bike again though, I'll probably readjust it anyway. But yeah, for now. So now that this is attached, I can put this cover back on and close this off. So the motor will be mostly closed off except for the exhaust. Now the exhaust gasket, it came with the top end rebuild kit, but I also went out of my way and bought another gasket for like the pipe. I'm not gonna put the pipe on because I still gotta shine that, but
She ain't trying to lay down that pipe yet.
so I didn't put on the pipe yet because I'm going to basically show y'all this new gasket that I got. That's like an O-ring gasket instead of the OEM one. If you have a CR125, the OEM gasket is like shit. So I'm gonna show y'all what I got, but it definitely was worth it. All right, so I went ahead. So when I got the bike, I only had one of these and they were broken. Now that I'm looking at my bike with the black plastic, so I didn't know I was gonna go with black. I thought I was gonna do the red and white. I don't really like the white ones, but since I have them, I'm gonna just use them. But I got the other side on already, if you can see. And this side, you can see from this angle, it's bent in a little bit. The other side wasn't bent in as bad, and I tried to put it on, but it wouldn't work. So since it's bolted up, you could probably do this like with a hammer off of the bike. But since I have it mounted up, I'm gonna just use some pliers and just twist it out some. Or straighten it up more so that it's not as like bent out.
Okay, that's cool.
So
Let me check this out.
yeah, as much as possible, just try to bend that out and then see. Yeah. Oh shit. Well, I feel like this is wrong or some shit.
Hey man,
Okay.
give me $8.90.
Okay. Here we go.
$8.90.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Like that's still like way off. But definitely have to bend that out some more.
I believe you do, because you're not looking in your pocket.
Like I said, it's probably best that you take this off and do it with a piece of wood. Like I've seen other people do it, but it is what it is. So let's bend that out.
I can't even be mad at it. I'll be doing the same shit. Alright, let me take this stuff to my car real quick.
This one, I might actually have to take off if I can't get it out enough, because I don't want to just curve it.
Just about done, isn't it?
Alright.
Alright. You gonna wait for me? You gonna wait for me to go get it? Okay, I'm about to say, I'm just gonna throw this in my car real quick. Oh, it's not mine.
Please don't break this. Ah. Okay. So I bent it out as much as I could and then just squeeze that in there. It's not perfect, but it's better than having nothing. So let's see, from the front, you can't really tell too much from that angle that it's bent. You aren't gonna really see it honestly, but it's better than having nothing there. So it's gonna look a little weird, but that's the best I can do. At a later date, if I don't buy new radiators, I am gonna take that one out and get a block of wood and then press it out, because this side you can see more that it's like curved in like this. I'm gonna take wood and just like move it out, or just get new radiators. I think I'm gonna at least try to see if I can fix it. If not, the option is still up there. Everything else is pretty much together. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that white, because I have that yellow spring and then white, red, but then I just bought that black plastic. Maybe I should have went with OEM. If I'd have went with OEM red and white, this would be no problem, because I'm still running the white front plate because I have Sailor Moon on the front instead of the black one that goes with the plastics that you've seen in my other video, my CR125 lights video, those blue ones. And that's because my seat is blue and black. But I could have just got the OEM ones, but for now I'll just put all black. I might take those stickers off and just rock the all black and then pop out with keep it the red and white, because these obviously are going to match, and then just throw that back on there. But for now, since I'm just practicing wheeling, this is what it will be. So all right, and we're back. So today I didn't start early because it's dark outside, but I didn't start early on the bike because it's randomly 80 degrees, or was 80 degrees today, and then tomorrow's 40, and then it's gonna snow this Saturday. So yeah, I just wanted to get out and enjoy the weather. The other four-wheeler cut off on me, so yeah, in the middle of what I was doing, it cut off on me. So yeah, I'm kind of bummed about that. So now I'm back in the place I should have been, continuing to put my bike together. But while I was out, I was trying to get spark plugs, but I got one for mine. I need one for the four-wheeler, but I might be good. But I did need a coolant hose for this part of the bike, that part right there, to go from this to that side. I forgot I already had this. I might get a longer one, just a little overflow thing, so it doesn't just spill out right there awkwardly. But yeah, I'm gonna put that there. And then I also went and got a gas hose, because I think I threw the other one away, because it's definitely not attached to the tank. But a little gas hose, I don't need this much, but just in case, like, you know, later on, I just need a small enough to go, well, y'all know what it looks like, from the carburetor to that. And then I also got, watching a YouTube video last night for some other stuff, some gasket maker to put on, where is the exhaust? This part, is it this part? Yeah, this part of the exhaust on the inside, when I'm putting the shorty on, just to seal it, because they did mention that sud does come out of their pipe and all over their swing arm, and it comes out on mine, not as much, but even a little bit still is, you know, just unnecessary. So I'm gonna seal that a little bit, just a little bit, not too much, a little bit. And then I'm gonna finish cleaning that. It's not really that you'll notice it anyway, like the little crud in there when I clean it, but because I cleaned the other side, and I figure, you know, while I'm here, after I'm done doing the other important stuff, that I'll at least do that. So yeah, almost done. I was gonna rush today to get it done like I was supposed to last night, so that I could pop out, but I'm happy I didn't, because it was probably gonna go wrong anyway. So it's cool. I'm gonna get to take my time and actually sit here and really plan my bike out. So that part. But look at it. Look how good that looks. I know it's just a light that's adding to it, but look at that. In person, it's not that bright, but look how nice that is. I'm so in love. That's why I be taking so long, because I just be stopping and admiring the little fine details. Like, a year ago, I said I wasn't going to mess with the bike and do stuff to the bike just yet, because I got other shit, but look at it. If I could have the motor the same color as the frame, that'd be great. But I don't got that much cleaning in me. So yeah, but we're gonna finish and do the bike. So I went to Home Depot this morning. I'm gonna just put the old chain slider back on until the new one gets here, just so I can ride the bike really quick. I needed these screws that, well, y'all saw me take them out, but this goes into where the chain slider is. So I went to Home Depot, got these. These are obviously too long, but I got them. They had shorter ones, but not as short as I need them. So I got them long so that I have something to hold on to while I cut it without fucking cutting my goddamn fingers, with my Dremel down to the size I need it to be. Since it was just like a hassle to order those bolts, and I wasn't about to just wait to start my bike just for those 3 bolts. So yeah, that went to AutoZone and got me my got me the spark plugs and stuff like that. So give me that. Come here. Stop eating shit. So got those. I'm gonna go ahead and put my spark plug on. The bike is still in this state. I tried to clean the motor just a little bit more than what I already did. I'm gonna go ahead and take that tape off the top, put the spark plug on. I'm gonna clean up the mess that I've made trying to clean my dirty ass oil filter, and cleaning the plastics and stuff like that I have, as you can see. Clean all this up because next on the table I'm gonna put the carb on there and I'm gonna lay everything out and clean that. Even though I just cleaned it, I'm cleaning it again just in case, since it's been sitting out. And then from there I will go to from there I will just put that back on the bike, and then we'll be closer to finally putting everything on, the plastics, the airbox, everything. I'm gonna also clean the airbox a little bit, and then I'm gonna try to start it up later on today when it's not this early in the morning, because I've been up since 7. But I'm not gonna start it this early because it's gonna be loud as fuck. So I'm also very nervous of starting it up and breaking it in because I'm just so afraid something's gonna go wrong. But yeah, featuring my dog. And I have my handy dandy inspector who's making sure everything is going well on the job site. Ain't that right, Bubba? You're so cute. Alright, so I'm gonna be taking my carb apart just to make sure, you know, while it's off, that it's clean. Let's make sure no crud fell in there while it's been off. Actually, set this over here. I'm trying to get in the habit of using gloves because I definitely be fucking my fingers up. And yeah, or nails and stuff like that. But I already took the top. The top part is actually still on the bike. I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. I'm not gonna take the hoses off until my new ones come, honestly. So yeah. Alright, so it's gonna have this little plastic. Just move these out the way. This little plastic piece. Just take that off. And I'm not gonna take the float off. I'm just going to, because I already adjusted that, I'm just gonna take the jets out and just clean them and make sure that there's like no debris stuck in them. Just spray them with my my carb cleaner and just put it back together. I'm not gonna do too much. So yeah, and I'm just using this from like AutoZone. So let me get the I'm gonna use a wrench for this. Get the wrench for this and then the flathead for this one. All right, I had to use this because I didn't have the I don't know where my 8 wrench is either. I don't know. So So there is where my exhaust, where this is gonna go. There's 2 extra holes for the springs. They're gonna go on the bottom, and the one without it is gonna go on the top. So yeah, we'll go ahead and start. Put the top one in. And tighten it down. Just hand cut them and tighten them down. Alright. So that's on there. Just twist it just a little bit, make sure it's all on there. Alright, so that's what it looks like. And now I'm going to put the exhaust on there, and then put the springs on there as well. I'm using some, they're not really old springs, but I bought some more, so I'm gonna use those and get my vice grips to kind of pull that on there, and then I'll be ready to start my bike up for the first time since everything. So fingers crossed. I just want to say that shit took too long for me to try to get that damn exhaust pipe on. I don't remember it being all of that. This is my first time starting my CR125 after rebuilding the top end. I've put together a motor before a car, which is in the background, but never a dirt bike, let alone a 2-stroke at that. So this being first startup, hopefully it's a one kick type of situation. So yeah. All right, set up my phone camera.